friends, this is Karen coming with my first video from my blog. I just wanted to share a simple craft today. I didn't want to do anything too heavy or too complicated. This is one of my many art journals that I have. This is just an old book that I got at, I don't know, a flea market or something. And I practice different techniques and whatnot in it. So I'm not wasting canvas and things like that when I'm working on it. But, you know, sometimes I use the background, sometimes I don't. So anyway, so I've already prepared these pages. You want to prep a page so it doesn't leak through too bad when you put a bunch of different mediums on them. On this side of it, I used a golden matte medium. It's real sheer. You can hardly feel that it's there at all. It just feels like a real satiny paper. And then this one I use Grumbacher's. It's an artist acrylic medium gesso, and it's white. So it covered up all this a little bit more. So anyway, so you can do either one. You don't have to do any of it if you don't care about the back side of it getting all yucked up. You know, do what you want. So I have a couple new products that I was going to share today. I have not actually used them myself yet, so we will experience them together. So let's get started. I'm going to start just building a background. I think my main image I'm going to do over here, but I'll test some stuff over here, and I don't know. We'll see. Let's just go with it. I got this jar of Delusionals paint. So we're going to try that out. It comes in these little jars. It's made by Ranger, and it's very liquidy. It has a very big opening, so you want to be careful not to spill this stuff. It seems to be pretty pigmented. That's what the Delusions line is about. I just put it on this sponge here. We're going to see what it does. So, let's create, let's say a sky, and let's just do a background. So, that is super vibrant. Now let's see what it does over here. This is on the white, so it's really vibrant and has really good coverage. Over here, though, where it is not white, kind of interesting because you can actually see the text through. I kind of like that. So, that's enough purple. I will put the lid back on that, because if not, I will for sure spill it. Okay, so let's dry that. It's dry enough. This is a heat tool. It's actually an embossing tool made by Marvy. It's just basically a very, very hot hair dryer that doesn't put out a lot of heat. Or it doesn't put a lot of air. Lots of heat, less air. More air. More air, less heat. That's confusing. Okay, so we're going to layer some, make this a little bit more skyish. We're going to layer in some different blues, a little turquoise. For this, I'm just going to start building some layers of paint using my fingers. Just be some fun randomness to it. And now, this is a Liquitex acrylic color. It's their basic line, so it's not really expensive. It's very pigmented, though. So it will have a lot of coverage to it. One important thing to remember about the Delusionals paint is when you're building a background like this, that you want to pay attention to what is a water-based product and what is not. Because if it's something that's water-based, then whenever you go to create on top of it, it is going to smear. So the Delusionals, that purple paint is not. So it's staying put. When we're adding on top of that, it's just staying put. We'll layer some blue. Created a little bit more skyline. It's messy, but it'll be fun. Sometimes you just end up covering everything and that you started out with. You'll leave some of it behind. Create some texture in there. This is kind of the page I'm just playing around with, but who knows? I might end up liking that one more. Never know. And let's put a little dark blue. If this bothers you, it's really uneven to work in a book like this because it's not real hard because the pages have a lot of give to them, and especially on this side because I've created all kinds of mess back here. If it bothers you, you could take something like a notebook or whatever and put behind it so it would be harder. Okay. And I'm going to add some, I like this blue a lot. I think it's pretty. It's by Ranger. It has a little dauber, but I'm just going to use my finger. Because that is how I roll. We're going to create an image. This is really dried out. So don't take care of your products like me. We're going to make the illusion that there is some sun in this stormy looking sky. And this might not be the best way to do it because this paint's all cruddy and dried up. Let's do this neon that I've never opened. There we go. And then we'll just clean our fingers off a little bit. We'll dry this. That seems pretty dry to me. And let's add some, I want some more yellow, a little bit more dimension. This is Indian ink by Bombay. That might be a little bit much, but you can kind of run that however you want. Play with it a little bit. And then tap it back out. And then do some blue. Tap it back out. And let's start layering some grass in. Let's dry it. Okay, so we kind of added some color in, and because it's not messy enough apparently for me, we are gonna, so this is just a regular fine tip Sharpie, just regular Sharpie. This black thing is a distress tool from Ranger. It blows air. You put your marker in, you can tighten it if you want, it don't matter. I'll just throw it in there. And then you can, well, you can see that or not, but add some cool texture to it. We'll do a darker green too. And then this is a stencil from Tim Holtz collection, Stampers Anonymous. Then this is ink from Prima, and we're just gonna, now this is a water-based ink, so if you get this wet again, it will reactivate it, which means it'll just make it a blurry mess, and you won't be able to see that cool image left behind anymore. Let's set this aside, and we're going to work on our house, and we will build some texture with that in a minute. Well, let's leave this out for size, though. To create a base of a house, it's pretty simple what I'm going to do. This is just it looks like cardboard. It's just paper. It's craft paper. I want my house to be like that. So, let's just cut that. Let's make a tall house. Yeah, that's fun. That's our roof. Okay, so set that aside for a minute. Okay, to cover this up, there's a lot of, you could take paper, you could do all kinds of different things. Just for the point of simplicity, we're going to use washi tape. Basically, washi tape is just sticky decorative tape. People use it for all kinds of things. One of the most fun things to do with it is to label with it. So you could take this and then write. On this one would be hard because it's so dark, but you could write with it. So you could like take and like wrap this around a cord and then label it laptop cord or, you know, whatever. And you can buy washi tape just about anywhere. It doesn't even have to be a real craft store. You could get some washi tape from Walmart or, yeah, whatever. Hobby Lobby. Supply stores sell it. This kind's different. You have to... Usually washi tape is like sticky on the back. This stuff I got from the dollar section at Joann's. And it's more like a sticker, so you got to peel it off to make it sticky. But it's kind of fun. Let's stick that to the side though, because we don't want arrows with arrows. That's too much. Let's do some polka dots. Mix it up. And now we can throw that in there. This is looking pretty crazy, but I have faith in it. It's going to come out. It's going to look fabulous. That worked out great. That's okay. I don't like it. It's too much. We'll save that for another project. Now let's do this fun pattern. So I have like a few thousand of these probably. Well, not literally, but I have a lot. You can very easily build a collection of these. There's so many fun ones out there. I'll show you my collection in just a moment. My crazy washi tape collection. And at the end of this video, if you can stand to bear with me that long, then I will link some stuff for you so you can find where this is at. Okay, so this is a hot mess. It doesn't look very pretty, but as you saw, super simple. So we're just going to trim it down. Make it a little skinny. Okay. And now let's just, for our roof, it's going to be fun. It's going to be colorful. Let's not do washi for our roof. Let's do something a little different for that. Let's paint it. This is a fluid acrylic paint from Michaels. Just nothing special. Fluid acrylic, it just means it's very pigmented. It's not real thick like you would see a lot of other paint. So it's just real thick basically. Or it's not thick, it's very pigmented and thin. Yeah, I can't talk. Let's paper. Let's dry that. Okay, to glue this down, we are going to glue this down, and then we will add some texture, different things. I'm just going to use some decoupage, if I can get it open. There we go. This is my favorite brush. It's a Simply Simons brush. It's my favorite brush for doing like decoupage and putting any kind of medium down that I need to really spread it a lot. And it has a 1-inch base. It's called a Wash brush. It's a good brand. So I like it. I didn't plan that. Yeah, it works. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little coat on the top of this. Sometimes washi tape is fun. It's decorative. It has a lot of uses. I will do a lot of washi tape projects because a lot of them are simple. I want to do some complicated art, some simple art, different things like that. So I'm going to do a lot of different things. So you will see washi tape again. But it is not always the stickiest, most permanent solution. So, you know, if you're trying to... You don't use washi tape as a means for adhesive. You use washi tape as a means for decoration. Hopefully that makes sense. And the paper makes this thick. I probably really should have used like a matte medium or any kind of medium to really glue that down. It doesn't take long to dry with one of those things, one of those heat dryers. They work really good, so. Oh, that could be fun. This piece of tape I tore incorrectly earlier. Let's make a fun door. Let's not do that though. Okay, now we're going to start outlining a little bit of this. I'm going to outline the door. These are Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pens Big Brush. They are the biggest investment in art supplies that I've ever made, probably. But they are super nice. So I'm going to shade out this house. It is not painted on, but we are going to make it a little bit more like it's not just stuck to the page. And then how you want to do that is you want to take color on color. So like there's a little bit of blue there. And we want to just do color on color. So this is like a silver, so we're going to do like a gray. Probably can't really see that. Yeah, I can't either. No worries. Yeah, and you just, very simple. It's messy. This is a messy page. It is not meant to be clean. The nice thing about big brush pens are if you're doing them on something that is non-porous, which because we covered this in the Mod Podge, it is non-porous and it is movable. So as you can see, like I do that and then I can move it with my finger. But they're the Faber-Castell pens are made with Indian ink, so they are permanent once they dry. They will not move. which is cool. So it's great for shading. And I don't know any other product that will do that. So like this one, it has the turquoise inside of it and then black. So I'm just going to do a light blue. You're just trying to make it look like it's a part of it. We'll go ahead and do that too. And then that's not red, but we're going to do red. And then we're going to do gray on the little hearts just to blend them in. So then you want to do your sides, because we got our house looking like it's painted, so we'll do some grass, and it kind of shades the grass in. This is super easy. And then we'll shade around our house. And if you get too of a clean line, just get a little bit more messy with it. It'll rub right out. I want to add some more blue to that. Looks a little clean. And actually, so I don't like this because it's too patterning. I like to make up words. So I'm going to cover this and then blend it in just to make it a little bit more dark so it stands out. And I'm still not crazy about that, so I'm going to do it in black because I used a dark gray. So, but it's fun because you can still, see the pattern in it even though I've covered it, so it has a fun pattern behind it. Okay. So we have a fun house, fun background. It's fun. So let's add some more texture to this thing. These are Stampers Anonymous from the Tim Holtz collection. They're tiny textures. You can use textures with all kinds of things. Bubble wrap, whatever. So this is a Ranger Archival ink pad. It is a acid-free permanent ink, and it's waterproof. So, which means if you inked this up, and then you're like, oh, I want to add some paint to it, then that would be perfectly fine because it wouldn't smear it again. I'm not really doing anything with this page over here, but I'm going to go ahead and build some texture, and we might, add something to it later. If you know me in real life, I would not leave this. I will clean this area up spick and span when I'm done, because it will drive me crazy. I don't know. I'm getting better, though, about not worrying so much about my products being super, super clean. It's a good thing. And you can also use paint. I'm going to put a little paint on this. I want to add some more fun color. Don't want it to be too clean, too serious. Yeah, that's not fun. Serious is no fun. Okay, let's dry that. Okay, there is a version of a canvas that I use very similar to this. I don't use the exact same stuff, but it's, yeah, I have no words, sorry. So later, when we're going to be a little bit more complicated and I get better at editing videos so you don't have to listen to every single one of my blunders, then we might do a canvas. And those are really fun because you have a lot more work area than this, I don't know, 5x8 space in this book. Alright, so this is a Bistro chalk marker. Super fun. These are chalkboard stickers that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And they are sticky if I can get them apart. Yay, victory. Okay, let's just stick it on. We're going to make this simple. Stick it on. Just commit to it. And then you want to take, this has a little ball in it, so you want to shake it up. Make sure the ink is mixed in it. And then I always, you know, take a scratch paper and you got to prime it. And then it'll write. I've used this before, so it's already primed. But let's just do something generic. We'll do Home Sweet Home. Oh, how sweet. Oh, I turned the light off. So, yeah, it's dry. It looks like chalk. It's fun. And add we're going to use some stickles. Sorry, I'm vibrating the camera here. I wasn't prepared. I didn't get everything out. Doorknob's on the right? Yeah. These are perfect pearls, actually, made by Ranger. And whenever that dries, it'll be a perfect little silver pearl that's sitting there. So we are done. I hope you enjoyed my first project, and hopefully it wasn't anything that you thought was not doable. The last thing I want anybody to think that they can't do something, that it looks complicated. This is a very messy project, as you can see. I kind of like messy, but everything will not be messy. Some things will be very easy, very clean, and fun. So please check back, and hopefully we will have a project that is just for you and what you would like. Have a good day. Come back and see us.